Hello, welcome back in the workshop. The subject of today's episode is sub-calibre adapters, and probably not in the way you're thinking. You see here, we're not simply talking about a cartridge in which, or a cartridge shaped insert in which you can put a pistol calibre cartridge for a rifle. No, this is the Swiss take on the subject, and therefore slightly different. So, the origins of what we're talking about today is the 1950s, 1960s as well. And back in those days they had proper winters, proper freezing for months, snow, and the ranges were truly inoperable for over 6 months of the year. And I guess the need arose to somehow keep shooting practice up. And of course, well, you couldn't shoot GP11 in your basement or loft, so they came up with another system. And let's not, of course, forget that already back then a lot of people were living in apartments. Now, one of the systems which was quite well known is the Lienhardt system, which I'll go into in another episode. Now, that uses Burden primers and lead, little 4mm lead balls, which works fine. But of course, shooting Burden primers in an enclosed space is not very healthy. So, Hämmerli, you see that? Hämmerli stepped in with their take on it, which is what we're going to look at today. So let's have a look inside my box. As you can see, it's seen better days, but it's the inside that counts. So here we have Hämmerli trainer. It gives you a clue as to the intended purpose of the contents. And here we are inside. We have this odd contraption here. It is not some kind of steampunk turkey baster. A tin of round balls and a set of instructions. Now, some astute watchers, will immediately see, what's that there? That's a familiar cocking handle there. And yes, indeed, you see, what this is a Springer air rifle insert for the K31. Intended for 5 to 10 meters maximum. So perfect for apartment training, or after dinner with the gentleman with a cigar and a bit of flumely or something. Anyway, let's go ahead and fit it to the rifle. Right, here we have one trusty K31. Now, step one is to remove all the unnecessary bits. So, bolt, magazine. The magazine just gets in the way when you install it. Otherwise it could stay in place. Right, we grab the contraption. What we see here is a rifled brass barrel. These two bits here are in fact tightly wound greased thread which centre the barrel inside the bore. Then we have a little loading gate with the cover, which holds just about 6 balls. And then we've got on the side the cocking assembly for the spring, and most of the rest of this is taken up by the spring for the air system. On top here is a mounting claw, and you'll see how that works in a minute. This is specifically dimensioned for the K31, so it will not work in a K11 or any of the Schmidt-Rubin family. Right, so excuse the unintentional innuendos, but this goes in the rear, nice and firmly, so it can't go any further. Yeah. And then this mounting claw I mentioned hooks in to the rear here of the ejection window and clicks in. So That's why it will only fit the K31. Now we've got access to the loading window here. And there we are. And the last thing to do is to pull the trigger once so that it's in position on the sear of the insert here. And that's basically it. Now the leaflet says that the sights should be set to, let me see, 7 to 10 on the settings. So I've already used this before, so let's put it to 7 for a start and see what happens. Okay, now with this in place, obviously it's not a straight pull. It would be nice, but a bit difficult to do in such a small little tube. So what they've gone for is a sort of side lever, which still replicates a little bit of the straight pull sensation. So as you do, cock back and put it back in place. And then you pull the trigger, spoing, and there we go. So just by that sound, you know, it's obviously not a very strong spring, and it clearly does say that, you know, 10 meters is what the maximum you're going to get. So you can't expect too much from it. Right, so let's load up some ball. Let's put 5 in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the magazine is gravity fed, so every shot you need to just tip it up before you cock the lever. Right, I'll set up a little target and we'll see what it can do. Just a note to the target I'm going to be using. This is a period target. They say für Einsatzapparate und Luftgewehre with the distances, so 4 to 9 meters for the rifles and 3 to 5 meters for the pistols. The total diameter is 8.6 centimeters with a 2 centimeter black area. Right, so here we are in the play loft. Now this is the kids' domain, so excuse the mess. The target is over there at a precisely measured 5 meters. And let's see what this thing can do. So, load the first one. Click thunk. There we go. Let's go see. Okay, so here's the first lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So not bad. I'm sure I could do better. Let's have another go. So a nice group of 3 there in that big hole, but consistently low. I'll wrap the rear sight up a bit and have another go. Okay, fresh new target for the last series. Sights are set to 800 meters. Let's see if I can do you proud. But as you know, it's always difficult to perform in front of an audience. So here we are. Here was the last group, as you saw. Not too bad, it's tightening up. One round went foot somewhere, no idea where. So now, even with this in mind, Hämmerli clearly had their feet on the ground because I shall just read you a little extract from the comments, the general comments section of the instructions. In Anbetracht dessen, dass die Kraftquelle des Hämmerli-Trainers gegenüber normalen Luftgewehren sehr klein und kaum 1/1000 der Triebkraft ein Kleinkaliberpatrone ausmacht, ist seine Leistung und Präzision erstaunlich. Trotzdem vergessen man nicht, dass die Hämmerli-Trainer in Bezug auf Präzision nicht mit einem Mattstützer verglichen werden kann. Und es darf auch nicht übersehen werden, dass die als Munition verwendete Luftgewehrkugeln nicht die Präzision aufweisen, wie sie bei normalen Munition als selbstverständlich vorausgesetzt wird. Amen. Basically saying, look, don't get your hopes up. Compared to a proper air rifle, it's very underpowered, and compared to small ball 2.2, it's even worse, and you're also firing spherical balls, so you know clearly it's not going to be the same as proper target shooting. But having said that, you need to pay attention to the same things. You need to pay attention to your sling tension, to your arm position, your hands, your hold, your breathing, your sight picture. Everything is the same. So all in all, it's pretty good. I like it. So I hope you like this little venture into the first section of the Swiss Sub-Calibre adaptors. The next one will be on the Lienhard rifle system, and hope to see you back. Thank you for watching. Don't forget our Facebook page and Patreon.